Well, we're just happy to be back in this room on such good terms with the postseason play ahead of us. We always talk about in our program that a winning record is a good season, and getting to the postseason makes it a great season. So we're excited to be brought into the tournament. It's been a long delay. We've had a number of teams that have sat on the bubble looking in and just weren't fortunate enough to get that selection at that time, but. You look at us now, and it was a no-brainer. We've accomplished quite a bit during the year. The team mentality and buy-in to what we've always coached here has been phenomenal. The leadership of our senior core has really brought along the youth. That's a very talented and humble group. And at the end, I just guess we'll finish with we're not satisfied with just getting a bid. We're here to make a run. And very excited for the community that we're hosting our first NCAA game since 1989.
I know it's a one-game-at-a-time deal. I mean, you have to win your first game, but having beaten the #1 team in the nation earlier this year, having competed with the Stanfords, the UCLAs, Washingtons, and everybody else, do you feel like with the right bounce of the ball, this team could make a deep run in this tournament? I mean, you belong with some of the best teams in the country?
Yeah, I think the biggest thing to that point, without looking ahead, is the preparation that gets us to the opportunity of getting deep in the tournament. We are playing the best competition the country provides. We have beaten them. We have tied them. We are ready for whatever comes across the lines, and we have confidence that we're capable of finding success against anybody we play. This group is resilient. They're tough. Their defensive trademark has been outstanding, and as the colloquial statement goes, offense wins games, but defense wins championships, and we've got the trademark on the defensive side and the championship side to us. So, like I said, we're not here just to be excited about being in the tournament. The Pac-12 is notorious for once you get in to win some games, and obviously showing Stanford winning it all last year. The year before that, UCLA was a national runner-up, and the year before that, Cal and Washington were in the Final 8. And in between, Oregon State and San Diego State have been in the rankings of the top 10. So the conference gets you ready for that.
For Michael and Matt, athletes a lot of times talk about hearing that clock start to tick when you're a senior and things are fast coming to a close. What does this opportunity mean for you two guys?
For me, this is everything I could have dreamed of. Coming and transferring from Maryland, I'm just very happy and thankful that these guys let me come in with open arms, and I'm happy that we've come so far. And all I can ask for is just make a deep run. And like Coach said, we were talking about this earlier in practice today, that sometimes we lack, or sometimes we may lack technical or tactical abilities in practice or games, but it's our toughness and our effort that'll no one can question. That's why we're going to go on a deep run.
Matt?
I just think that the senior group that we had was just so experienced and had so many unique personalities and great players. So I just think that we all just knew that was the year that we had to make it to the NCAA tournament, because a lot of us had never made it, besides from Michael, who transferred here. And it was just something that we knew we deserved. We gave everything we could for 4 years to this program, and we knew that this was the year we had to make that tournament run. And from there, you see how far you can make it, and we're confident that we can make it as far as the College Cup. So we'll see.
I think also their past experiences and coming so close, and look, we've played, I think it's 7 top 25 teams and have a winning record this year alone. This team's beat top 20, top 25 teams. They've felt that success. It was a matter of having the type of consistency that we had this year. And what I'm getting at in the long spiel of this is this group has gone through all the tribulations of trying to get to where we are this year, and they just weren't going to let us fail. It's just one of those things. And like I said, the biggest difference of this team to last year to the years before is the maturity of our leadership.
Michael, do you have any moves left that you haven't shown us yet that you saved for NCAA tournament play? I mean, I've seen you dribble through 3 or 4 guys a couple of times this year. Have you saved up anything? Do you need to go to another level somehow in this tournament?
I think there's 1 or 2 in my sleeve.
Okay.
I just came off a sprained MCL, so I'm just starting to get back. I feel great now. Ready to get back in the lineup. But yeah, I mean, it's just those moves and stuff are just little extras for our team to win.
Lev, is it pretty incredible to think it's been since '89 that you guys hosted?
Yeah, I mean, this is a storied program. Obviously, getting to a national final in '87, which is, you know, maybe a little bit long ago. I was playing at that time, but you know, I think that what comes across most for me is not just the fact that it's 1989 since our first host, but just the fact that this is such a great game for the community. We have such a great soccer community here, and to be able to have this match on the deck is phenomenal. And and then on the backside, these guys absolutely deserved it. I mean, what they've done and accomplished this year to get ourselves in this position. We weren't sure if we would get a host. We knew we'd get in, but it was well earned, well deserved.
Knowing the women lost to UNLV in the Mountain West final, and especially in such a heartbreaking way, and this is only a first round, but does the women losing to UNLV in the final make this game kind of have more of an impact?
No, I think those are two, you know, interdependent pieces. You know, obviously we felt for the women's loss. You know, the two programs get along well. We cheer for each other. We look out for each other's best interest. But, you know, it's just like our game against UCLA has no bearing on this game. It's the same type of idea. You know, this game is a one-off, winner take all. Win, you move forward, and lose, you know, good season. You know, so. We certainly would have rather had our women win that game and seen them in the tournament, but at this point, you know, this is our game. We're playing UNLV, and we've got our own stuff to prove now.
Following up on that, what kind of problems does UNLV pose for you guys?
So I think the two things that we were going through a lot today was their striker is very good. I can't pronounce his last name, and I'm terrible with names, but Danny Muscovich, something like that, is a very, very good player. He's got high energy, high work rate. He plays up top like he's a midfielder in the sense that he covers ground, he chases defenders down. You never really have time and space. And then he runs behind very well. His timing of runs are very good. He's a shifty player. He's a good player. So that obviously creates problems for any team. Then the other side of it for us is just making sure that they don't get a lot of rhythm out of their midfield play. So they've got a couple of very good midfielders, and if they start getting in rhythm and stuff like that, then, you know, we'll do what we do, and that's defend. But we would prefer to have them defend more than us. So, you know, if we can cut out their main possession techniques or tactics, excuse me, and stop the striker from, you know, causing too much problems behind us, then I think that gives us a better opportunity to win.
Matt, can you talk about the defense and the fact that, I mean, you're a defender, but defense is really a team game within the team game. I mean, all of you guys have to be on the same page, and it seems to me like, as a group, your defense has been that way all year long.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if we shut out teams, then we get at least a tie. So I think that just from day one, we worked on one-on-one defending, and that's one of our biggest components of our program success. So I think just once we bought into the 1v1 defending, then team defending came after that, and just the communication, leadership of having two captains on your back line is definitely something that's huge. And just both of our center backs have had now a year of experience. So I just think that we have been able to get it all together and be able to obviously have 11 shutouts, I believe, this year. So just that's huge for us. And if we keep the ball to the net, I know that we'll find at least a goal or two. So that's something that's been huge for us.
You don't play at San Diego State without being able to defend and have a desire to. I mean, that is just going to be our hallmark and trademark from the day I'm here and the day I leave. Maybe somebody else will come in, but we believe the talent will surface, and we also use hard work in our definition of talent. But we expect every single player on our team to defend, starting from our striker all the way back into the goalkeeper. So.
Anything else?
For Michael, being that you've been in the tournament before and your teammates, this is their first year, is there any advice, or how are you going to lead them through this process, to get ready for this game? Are you going to tell them to play with more tenacity or keep playing with the game plan that they've been playing with all year?
Yeah, I think everyone's on the same page as of right now. We all have the right mindset, and we're just looking at UNLV right now. We're not trying to look forward, but the intensity and drive that we've had all season, I definitely have a feeling that it will carry over to this next game, and we all have a great trust in each other. So I think I don't really have to say much or do much, but once we get out there, we just play like we've been playing all season.
It's a very driven team.
Yeah.
They want a lot more. Just being here is not enough for us. And I'm sure you're going to enjoy a very intense, passionate effort on Thursday night.